Other people are saying that you're taking it too far. Everybody sees that you seem like your intention is to hook up with somebody.
Virtual reality.
Hi, I'm Danny Murphy.
And I'm Evan Real.
And are there red flags, beige flags? There's a lot of flags going on right now.
So many flags, but the flag I'm waving is my flag for Team Lexi because it was time for her to finally put Jesse in his place.
You literally have a fat-ass red flag of somebody sucking your toe.
While wearing a furry white bikini with a light-up skirt, no less.
I know. It was, what was the party called?
Snooze Fest.
Snooze Fest.
Yeah.
And it was not a snooze of an episode because
No.
Lexi, well, can I say, I feel like everyone went to work this episode.
Everybody went to work.
Everybody did.
Yes.
Because it all started with Amanda.
It's like twice now he's been talking about these like yellow flags. One was about something, he was like, oh, she's asked me to like not comment on girls' photos. And then last weekend it was, you asked him about all these girls that he follows, then he unfollowed them, and then you made a comment about how he unfollowed them.
I was proud of Amanda for getting in the mix and starting a little drama. She was the catalyst here for the bed breakdown between Lexi and Jesse, and I'm here for it. I love when Amanda gets a little messy.
Do you know why Jesse's in trouble again?
In trouble?
Yeah.
With who?
Lexi, I think that's what he said.
It's probably my fault.
Yes.
Well, because I also feel Amanda knows what it feels like to have a lot of people talking about your
Yeah.
relationship without you there.
Right.
And she's probably like, let me actually just like do a temperature check with Lexi to see like what's going on. And I feel, because remember when Gabby was in, she was like, Lexi at the middle of the summer, a switch went off where I was like, oh, now I know what's happening.
Right.
So Amanda clued in the ladies, or Lexi clued in the ladies about what was going down and kind of was like, oh, Jesse's telling you guys I'm needy, controlling, possessive, and this. This is what I'm actually talking about.
One, with the following girls thing, it was after Toegate. I get so many DMs about like red flags that like I should be aware of with Jesse. Like he started following all these girls literally since you and I started talking. That's weird.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? Maybe I actually should give weight to things that people are saying.
Hearing Lexi's perspective, it kind of feels, just what I'm gathering as a viewer, that maybe there's a lot of projection happening. Because, you know, Lexi was saying, I'm getting a lot of that energy from him, some of that jealous energy, some of that possessive energy. I think even Wes at some point in this episode was talking about his FaceTime habits and how he was calling Lexi and there was only an hour left in the drive to get back to the Hamptons and he was like, I'll call you in a little bit. And then Wes made the point, you're going to see her in an hour. So I don't know, the fact that Amanda was able to open these floodgates and allow for Lexi to share her side with the girls, and now the viewers are finally seeing both sides. We're getting a fuller picture, not just one painted by Jesse. It's very interesting.
Well, and all of this with in case you missed it, we interviewed Lexi last week where she was talking about how Jesse would FaceTime her like 50 times a week, wanted to get a cat with her, wanted to do all these things. So I feel more truth of Jesse's coming out, and I feel Jesse kind of wanted to play a lot of fields with like the girls and the guys and Lexi telling all different stories. And now everybody is kind of having a talk together moment. And Jesse was not happy at all about the Lexi sit down and also not happy with what I guess he's picturing. He's saying that the girls are painting him in a bad light because he was venting to West about that. But I feel he's in control of his paint by numbers.
The girls are saying one thing to me and then another thing to Lexi, and it's just like, what the f? They're just trying to stir up, and that makes me feel like they're not my actual friends.
I think he's upset that Lexi now has a voice in the matter, and that voice is being shared with others with whom he has also shared his voice, and Lexi's side is counteracting some of the claims he's been making about how he feels about their relationship. And it feels like Jesse is living between two worlds. The one he shares with Lexi and the one he portrays to his castmates. And I think he's starting to confuse himself.
I know. That is the interesting thing. And also, that's what I was trying to pull up something. He was like, I've been trying to temper my emotions with you, Lexi. When I'm like, What have you been? You've been trying just to play her and turn her wrong.
That's annoying. That's not fair.
I'm
I don't
trying
want you to be a robot.
Temper my emotions and everything.
I'm just saying, other people are saying that you're taking it too far.
He also made a comment about, I've been good, I'm being good. When she said this, I did this. And it feel okay, like, do you want a sticker? Do you want a gold star? Do you want a cookie? What do you want for that? Because I feel just like as a grown man, you should just be a good person. You shouldn't have to make an effort to be a good person. And if you feel like you are having to make an effort to be a good person in this relationship, this is clearly not the relationship for you. And I feel like finally with some side chats with the girls, with Paige and Amanda and stuff, I feel like Lexi's starting to see that too.
I know. I feel almost Paige was kind of like, guys, let's just sum this up. You shouldn't be in this. Because she kind of sat Lexi down when she was complaining about this. She was like, this doesn't seem like it's good for you.
Yeah.
And I hope she took that to heart.
Lexi, look. No. If someone says to you that they had to change so much for you, you should walk away.
Well, it seems like from what we see in coming attractions for Summer House,
The moving pictures, the coming attractions.
that Lexi does say something to Jesse. I don't know if it's edited and spliced up
I know.
accurately, but it seems like she's kind of giving him the kiss off goodbye.
What are your thoughts on Jesse telling West the girls are making up lies about me when we have all the stuff he said on camera?
She was like, are you still gonna comment crazy on the girls' Instagrams? I'm scared she's like a jealous girl. She was like, you've been following all these girls. Then she noticed I unfollowed a bunch of girls. And I was like, all right, I really feel like I'm being watched.
I feel like that is not going to land well with the audience because, as you mentioned, Danny, we've caught a lot of what he has said on camera, and it contradicts what he is telling West. I don't know.
You did clock West being so happy not to be in the hot seat.
There is. I didn't want to. I'm sorry to highlight this, West, but you do seem very pleased that you are no longer the one with your ass getting handed to you.
He's literally like this in the show. She's like,
yeah. And I will say, Wes, you looked cute in your little nightgown and your little hat. He was my
good night, Moon.
Yeah, he was my favorite Snooze Fest outfit by far. Jesse also looked very handsome in his Hugh Hefner cosplay. I don't know the
sleepy time, comfy, cozy.
Yeah, but he wasn't too comfy nor cozy on that bed with Lexi. My favorite was Lexi going, there was a big ass red flag. Like, she really was going in on him. She even started out the conversation like, I'm not just mad, I'm pissed.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't love that for her, but
I love that she's speaking her mind.
Especially for a girl who's a self-proclaimed lover girl.
Yeah.
When the flip switch, I feel she's like, no, this is what I am not gonna have happen with my love.
I also think that Jesse was down bad this episode because he made the joke to Ciara last episode, don't touch me, because Lexi says we can't even touch now. Ciara's not one to play games. She's not here for it. She was like, oh, if you're even joking about that, baby, I will swerve you hard. And I'll swerve you to my hardest ability. And her capabilities for swerving are pretty great.
Until allegedly Lexi's birthday, where they hang out without going to the birthday together. And Coachella.
But
she swerved. Yeah.
She swerved, but off camera. I feel like to engage with Jesse after he made the joke on camera would be embarrassing for Ciara. So she waited till cameras went down, and she's like, okay, now I can play with Jesse again and play at Coachella. And
but I will say, Ciara's being honored at an event last night that Lexi was at and supporting her. So, and I know when we talked to Lexi last week, she was like, I hope me and Ciara can get to a good place. So it seems like they are.
Yes,
I hope.
which is so good to see. I mean, Lexi did tell us that she had hope for them. She feels like they could vibe together.
And when we talked to Ciara earlier in the season, she was like, I think me and Lexi are fine. So yeah. Hopefully that is all good.
I think it's okay. But yeah, I do think that Jesse played himself for sure, but I do think that he is in an even more dejected space because Ciara is currently not engaging with him the way she was when he felt like he could have his cake and eat it too.
Now he just has not even a toe.
Not even. Okay, so speaking of Toegate, Toegate came up, and it was brought up. If the roles were reversed, it would be a totally different situation.
If the roles were reversed, chaos. Okay.
And we were watching the episode together, and we were saying if Lexi had her toe sucked or sucked a toe, I feel like Jesse would burn the house down.
She couldn't even lift West up while he was drunk.
West is standing above me. He's like holding me, whatever. He's drunk.
Yeah.
And I'm like making sure he's good.
Yeah,
like
not falling.
Jesse literally says to me, just so you know, how you were with West tonight is even worse than I was the weekend that you were away.
Yeah. And she's expected to just take it in stride. It's a joke. It's silly. It's fun. I mean, it was 37 minutes and an admission that you got an erection. So I feel like there was more than toe sucking involved.
Something. My sources. My sources on my soul.
Yeah. Because I just feel like, how can you get your toe sucked for 37 minutes?
That's a pedicure.
I mean, Danny, like not to put you on blast, but you have said before that you're not into foot play, but are you into 37-minute long foot play?
I'm not into 37 minutes of anything.
Oh, okay, all right. That's good to know. Good to know for any potential suitors for Danny. Danny's efficient.
I'm over 30 years old. Nothing should be over 30. Right? Like, quality over quantity.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I don't think anyone is into 37 minutes of foot action. So I feel like there were other forms of action being action.
And actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, they do.
Question.
Yeah.
Why was Tom Schwartz here?
Oh, I forgot. I forgot he was here. Yeah. Did Kyle invite him? Carl invite him? Who invited him?
Who?
I mean, look, Tom Schwartz is such
cute.
a sweetie. He's so handsome. He's so cute. I'm glad he's there having fun. And as he mentioned, it was the first time he was able to kind of hang out with the Summer House crew, not being mired in controversy. Not, like there's not a lot of drama going on, but it did seem a little.
Yeah.
I get there's just not a lot going on. So I don't know why he made the journey to the Hamptons for. I guess to put on his angel wings.
Okay.
He does make a cute little angel.
Angel.
Yeah.
Next week's episode seems interesting.
Yes. So it seems like we're gonna get more Jesse and Lexi drama playing out, but also Carl and Ciara.
With which also what?
Yeah.
I'm like, Carl's confusing me there, and I feel maybe he's definitely confusing Ciara.
Yeah.
Because have they really talked this season?
Not a ton, but I think that he's hinted in previous episodes that he misses his friendship with Ciara. He's always really appreciated his connection with Ciara, and now that he and Lindsay are obviously no longer, now that Ciara is actively swerving Jesse, maybe he saw an opening to try and see if he and Cece could be.
Being single Carl and just wanting to overshare and over-communicate, I feel like I should just tell her. Because when she walks in the room, I'm like, I mean, yeah, she's a babe.
I like that this is like her Mamma Mia. She has 3 possible men. She doesn't want to be with any of them.
Yeah.
But that's other. She's like, what? Why is this happening to me? She's kind of, I feel Ciara's like, why is this?
No, I know.
And it's like, Ciara, unfortunately, because you're a very fun, sweet model.
Yeah.
So everyone falls in love with you. But she's like, can I just... She's like, this is why I wear insane costumes to these parties.
Right.
So I can just have everyone at a distance.
Yeah, but I mean, in the clip, when we see that Carl does profess his crush to Ciara, as you mentioned, she does look rather befuddled. I do wonder what her next move will be. Carl was also at the event last night with Ciara, where she was honored. I believe it was some sort of Us Weekly Style Awards, sponsored by a lingerie brand. One thing about Ciara, she's always working on it. I love to see it. But Carl posted some photos with Ciara, and I think his caption was like, Ciara loved my outfit.
At least she loves that.
Yeah.
So I'm sure she loves Carl as a friend.
Maybe that's a little hint to go along with this. To go along with this episode. Maybe. What are you
hinting? What do you think?
Maybe that was a soft launch.
Soft launch for soft bar. You think Carl and Ciara are dating right now?
I don't know. Who knows? I'm putting it out there for Carl.
Ooh, the feelers.
You know?
Okay.
But isn't it? It's kind of fun to see 2 housemates engage in this way, even if Ciara is not engaging in the way that Carl would like her to engage. It just feels like old school Summer House.
Yes, and you know what? Lay it all out there.
Right.
The truth.
If you've got a feeling, express it.
If not now, when? So good for you, Carl. Good for everybody.
Also, like, it really speaks to Carl's confidence. Because I feel like Ciara is, as we know Ciara to be, she's so fun, she's so nice, she's so sweet. But I think if I were a heterosexual male vying for her attention and affection, I would be absolutely intimidated. I would be so scared to say anything, to tell her how I feel, because she's able to put up a bit of a tough shell. And so I feel like that energy would, I don't know, it would sway me in the direction of not expressing my feelings, because to be rejected by Ciara is not a place I would like to be.
Thank God you're gay.
Thank God I'm gay and I don't have to deal with this issue. Thank God I'm gay.
There we go.
Because what if I wasn't gay, I might have to tell Ciara Miller I have a crush on her, and then I could potentially be rejected by her.
Wow. Then
you know, the universe always looks out for you, and it works in mysterious ways, or not so mysterious ways. Because I'm not so mysteriously gay.
And I think Carl and Ciara are not so mysteriously not together. But who knows? Evan thinks they will be, so who knows?
I don't want to shut it down just yet.
Okay. We'll find out what happens next week.